Community Futurism's Time and Memory in North Philly is a ethnographic research project exploring gentrification, displacement, redevelopment in North Philadelphia in particular. An iteration of the project has been the Community Futures Lab, which essentially functioned as what we call a living quantum time capsule, but it also had a gallery, a resource library. It functioned as a workshop space, an art making space. It was pretty much anything, whatever the person who stepped in needed at the moment.
We had a conversation and said, hey, I think this would be very impactful if we situate ourselves right in the middle of the community, really at the point where it's experiencing rapid redevelopment, and be that kind of space and resource for that community.
Art should be as common as a grocery store. It should be an everyday part of the community. We didn't go into a community to create artists or to bring art. We just came to connect it to all of the other things that were already happening and think of other ways and solutions for tackling gentrification and housing and poverty, not just the same old tools and same old language to do the same old things and get the same old results.
We're not looking for anything in particular, whatever you want to write and add. Anything, pictures, poems, whatever we want to work on today. Folks can come in that are developing a poem, a song, a story, anything that they're really working on, and have constructive criticism. People just read their work, or sometimes they get up and do a live performance of a poem that they're working on.
This cemetery of remembrance, remember me as no less than imperialism's enemy, violence.
We really operated Community Futures Lab with an Afrofuturistic lens. For us, we really primarily look at Afrofuturism as a different way of experiencing and viewing time. A lot of our work as a collective is around this concept of linear time being sort of an oppressive structure for already oppressed communities, but for Black communities in particular, because they're told that they're cut off from their past, and they're also cut off or denied access to the future. For us, it's really important to relate the concept of Afrofuturism to community, to activism work. This community is not too far from downtown, from Center City. So I think there's a lot of factors, again, sort of converging to make this community a target. One is location, but I think Black communities are always a target. Throughout American history, we're always a target for one reason or another. This time it's about land.
Housing is a business, land is a business, and people are being pushed out of community spaces, they're being pushed out of churches, they're being pushed out of music venues. The neighborhoods have been undergoing this, the increasing condo reality.
And they call it a slow violence, but it's a very rapid violence, it's a very active violence. It takes away all the texture of people's lives and existences and the beauty of that community. This community in particular has been disparaged a lot in the media around it being a high crime area where there's a lot of poverty, but that's just one part of the narrative. So we really prioritize allowing people to come in if they want to share their story, and in particular about their visions for the future, because part of the impact of redevelopment in this community is that a lot of the people didn't have a say or didn't have an opportunity to really give their input about what they wanted to see happen in this community.
Bring some of the rational members of that organization to the table. And I emphasize rational, people who are willing to look at it from a 360-degree perspective and not just from the standpoint of the landlord.
One of our points is that investing in keeping people housed eventually saves the city money in shelter costs and all of these other mental health services, things like that. There's so much resilience there throughout everything that this community has seen and been through. And that's the beauty that we found in this community. They can't push that out. They can't bury that really or replace that spirit.